Hi guys, Philippe Heidick here from DukeRealtyHomes.com and welcome to my home office. I'm sure a lot of you guys have different versions of home offices, especially now throughout the thick of things in the pandemic, and it's not been easy. So I'm trying to remind you guys to stay positive, motivated, and do the best you can just to keep moving forward. We will get through this. And today I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit of good news, especially if you're interested in the real estate market here in the GTA, is that it is making a comeback. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of statistics to back that up. All the stats I'm going to show you guys here today is going to come from a program called Broker Bay. This is a program that registers all appointments to all the homes we have for sale and all offers and such. And about half the real estate brokerages here in the GTA use it, including my company, Cloud Realty Brokerage. And it's very, very good to show you just the raw numbers. So most of the numbers I'm showing you is about showings and how many are going on at the time, which is a clear indicator of where the market's going, how many offers are happening, how many more homes are coming up on the market, and so forth, right? So one of the misconceptions we're going to try to tackle is, where's the real estate market heading? There are some articles that are saying the values of homes are still going to stay high, even though they have been a bit down from the pandemic. And a lot of articles saying that the market's going to crash or something crazy is going to happen. The prices are going to maintain low, maybe forever, maybe for years. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to be true. Why that's happening is because there is a huge amount of demand here in the GTA for homes, and there's just not enough supply. I would say in general, however, when those two clash and they're far away, that's where we get a seller's market, which I mentioned before, and that's why the home prices are high. So let's take a look at some of the statistics and let's go over what's happening and where the market is heading. So in this first chart I'm going to show you guys is the amount of showings in the last 90 days. At the beginning here in March, you can see that the showings were very, very high, and that was really pretty much the peak of the seller's market, February, March. Everything was selling gold. Once you got to about the middle of March, I think the 18th was roughly the exact day, that's when the fear of the pandemic really hit here in North America, and everyone stopped coming to homes. In fact, I have a little story that gives you an example of what happened. I was a little bit involved in it, where I actually had a house for sale in Kitchener, and it was made known from the Kitchener board, the real estate board, that one of their agents who had a house for sale was hospitalized with the coronavirus. And then everyone was saying, don't look at homes, don't go into homes. A lot of the brokerages were advising, don't allow people to see the homes. It was kind of left up to the sellers. Eventually things calmed down, but that was at the very beginning. Just that's how it kickstarted, and I actually had a house for sale. Now, thankfully, that house sold that day, so the client was really happy, didn't have to deal with all that stuff. But that's kind of like the low point, and that's where the fears were all heading. There was a lot of unknown. Now we know a lot more. Still, relatively, between social distancing, not wanting to go into homes, people having to sell homes, things were really complicated. And over time, as you can see, the amount of showings kept going up, and it is making a leaner comeback. To the point that if you look at the two ends of the spectrum, right now, the day of the week that has the most appointments, which is typically Saturday or Sunday, is actually matching the lowest point of, let's say, like a Friday during the seller's market. So those numbers, which used to be way different from, let's say, beginning of March to the end of March, are slowly going back to the same amount. So the market isn't 100% back to where it was, but it looks like it could be heading that way, maybe in a matter of weeks. As you look at the market trends in the last 30 days, you see that the showings are steadily increasing. And it's very fitting that we're looking at a 30-day chart, because it was roughly a month ago that I noticed that homes were selling more frequently and things were moving a little bit quicker. There was even a house 3 weeks ago I showed, and they got 15 offers. Granted, the price was attractive and such, but 15 offers, that sounds like a seller's market, and something that would happen only in the spring. So maybe it is making a comeback here. If we compare the month to month, the end of May to the end of April, we see that the April numbers were steadily low, and May has really made quite a jump. So if we look at Fridays, one of the busier days in April was 2,000 showings roughly a day, and now it's almost at 5,500. So it's basically triple almost the activity as it was back then, double to triple. So people are no longer afraid to go to homes, and the demand for homes really is making people want to get out and see them. And if we look at the raw numbers month over month, showings are up 105%, offers registered are up 102%. There's 47% more homes for sale right now, and over 50% increase in homes sold. And also, if you look something interesting, there's a 50% increase in exclusives. So I think a lot of people are getting their homes ready. Exclusive basically means the house isn't on the market, but that agent has the right to sell the home. He can advertise it and so forth. Um, and if the sellers agree, he can start showing the home. However, typically when someone does an exclusive listing, that means they're prepping their home to sell, and maybe it might make 2 weeks, a month due to some renovations, painting, whatever, and then they put the house on the market. So it seems like there's going to be more homes on the market very soon. And if you take a look at the week over week comparison, it is a little higher this week compared to last week, and there's a good chance that next week's going to be a little higher. So all these things tell me that the market is making a comeback. I would already say that it's already came back, but I wouldn't say it's quite to the level it was back in January. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with one last interesting thought, and it really resolves around supply and demand. And that's why the Greater Toronto Area and Vancouver as well has always been doing really well, how the prices have been increasing year over year for such a long time. And my friends at precondo.ca, they also work for Cloud Realty. They have came up with a statistic which shows about immigration. And if you take a look at it, here in Canada, at a population roughly 37 million compared to 300 plus million in the US, we have almost the same amount of immigration every year as the US does. So we had 437,000 immigrants in 2019, and they had over 500, almost 600,000 immigrants. If you look at the numbers of how many people that brings into the country, that is a population growth of 1.1% from immigration alone, and they only have 0.18. However, also when you look way below at the bottom, you'll see that they build way more homes than we build. They build almost 1.3 million homes as opposed to we build 208 to 100,000 homes, which doesn't even accommodate for half of the immigrants, which are a lot of the new buyers into the market, as well as young up and coming families and so forth. So it's really all about supply and demand. The demand is always high here in Canada, and the supply has never been able to catch up. That's why the prices have continued to rise. That's why the market has made a quick rebound. It only was down for like a month and a half before things started picking up again. And looks like it's coming back. So if you guys have any questions, hit us up, like, subscribe for more videos coming up, and have a wonderful day.